Have you ever walked into a room and realized no one noticed? Not because you were late, not because you were quiet, but simply because you're no longer seen. I felt that at 56, and it hurt more than I expected. It happened in a store, nothing dramatic, just an ordinary day. A young woman was standing in front of me. The cashier smiled at her, asked how she was doing, complimented her bag. When it was my turn, the smile disappeared. The conversation became short, polite, almost through me. And in that moment, I realized something. I was no longer interesting, no longer noticeable. I had become background. At first, I told myself, don't overthink it. But then it kept happening. At restaurants, the waiter looks at the man first. At work, younger colleagues interrupt. At meetings, eyes slide past you. It's not open rudeness, it's silence. It's the absence of reaction. And slowly, you start asking yourself a painful question. Do I still matter? The hardest part isn't how others act, it's what starts happening inside you. You begin shrinking yourself, speaking softer, dressing more neutral, sharing your opinion less, almost as if you're agreeing that you no longer belong in the center. I caught myself choosing beige, holding back ideas even when I knew I was right, saying it's fine when it wasn't. And that scared me the most. I was making myself invisible. One day, my granddaughter asked me, "Grandma, were you always this quiet?" That question hit me hard, because I wasn't. I remembered myself at 30, bold, loud, full of ideas, alive. And I realized the world may try to turn me into background noise. But why did I agree? Women over 50 don't become invisible because they lose value. We become invisible because society worships youth. Advertising, movies, social media, the same faces over and over again. But here's what's interesting. With age, we gain what 20-year-olds don't have: depth, experience, calm strength, the ability to see people clearly. We're not less interesting, we're just less convenient. I didn't reinvent myself overnight. I didn't dye my hair bright pink. I started small. I began looking people in the eye again, speaking a little louder, not apologizing for my opinions. I bought a bright scarf. It was a small thing, but it felt like a statement. I started conversations instead of waiting. And suddenly I noticed people responded. Sometimes they just need to be reminded that you're here. Invisibility isn't about age. It's about the space we allow ourselves to occupy. When we stop dreaming, when we stop showing up fully, when we decide my time has passed. But the truth is, after 55, a new chapter begins. Without the rush, without the need to impress everyone, without proving your worth. And there's enormous freedom in that. I no longer apologize for my age. I don't laugh at old lady jokes to make others comfortable. I don't minimize my stories. If someone interrupts me, I continue speaking. If someone ignores me, I ask a question. If I'm overlooked, I create my own space. You are not invisible. You've just stopped fitting into someone else's expectations, and that's okay. Your value isn't in smooth skin. It isn't in being relevant. It's in what you've lived, survived, and understood. And that cannot be ignored unless you hide it. If you've ever felt like you were fading into the background, I see you. And maybe this isn't the season of disappearing. Maybe it's the season of choosing where your light goes.